under the Constitution, you are presumed innocent until you either plead guilty yourself or the prosecution proves you guilty. So I want you to know that you have that right.
Yes, my lord. I know now that I have that right, yes.
Okay. So, having told you of those rights, I will also advise you that after you have, I have read the charges to you, if you feel like you want to sit down, we can provide a chair for you and you proceed while seated. Okay?
Yes, okay.
And in the event that you want to say anything, you can speak through your lawyers, or you can raise your hand and speak directly to the court.
Yes, okay, my lord.
Okay. So I now want you to listen very carefully the charges that have been brought against you. You are charged in four counts. And the first count is a charge of murder. It is contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. The particulars of this offense are that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, are those your names?
Yes, my lord, those are my names.
Okay. That on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Eteku Gideon. What this offense means is that you, with intention, you unlawfully caused the death of this person called Eteku Gideon. So have you heard that charge?
Yes, my lord, I have heard the charge.
You've heard the charge. Have you understood it?
Yes, my lord.
You've understood it?
Yes, I did. I understood it.
Is it true?
Do you mean, my lord, to ask me for the plea?
Sorry?
The plea?
You want to speak to your lawyers?
Yes.
Please.
Just 1 minute, please.
Mr. Okello, is it true?
No, my lord. I plead otherwise.
We are in court. Could we please have some peace and calm? Is it true?
I plead not guilty, my lord.
You plead not guilty. Okay, I have entered a plea of not guilty on count 1.
Christopher Okello Onyum bamuvunaana emisango eryena ogusooka gwa butemu nga kigambirwa nti Christopher Okello Onyum ng'ennaku z'omwezi 2 Ogwokuna 2026 Gaba Early Childhood Development Center mu Gaba Trading Center Gaba Parish Makindye Division mu Kampala District ng'alina ekigendererwa ya Eyata Ettiku Gideon. Bamubuuziza omusango n'agamba aguwulidde naye nga si kituufu.
Mr. Okello, we are going to the second count, and it is also a charge of murder. It is contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. And the particulars of this offense are that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April 2026 at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Keisha Agenroth or Tim. And what this offense means is that you intentionally killed or caused the death of this person called Keisha Agenroth or Tim. Mr. Okello, have you heard the charge?
Yes, my lord, I've heard the charge.
Have you understood it?
Yes, my lord, I have understood the charge.
And how do you plead? How do you plead?
I plead not guilty to this charge, my lord.
Nti Christopher Okello Onyum ng'ennaku z'omwezi 2 Ogwokuna 2026 ku Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Center, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District ng'alina ekigendererwa Yata Keisha Agenworth Otim. Era bamubuuziza omusango oba aguwulidde n'agamba aguwulidde naye n'agamba teyagukola.
So, Mr. Okello, we go to the third count or the third offense. It is also a charge of murder, contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap or Chapter 128. The particulars of this offense are that you, Okello, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Seryange Ignatius. And what this offense means is that with intention, you caused the death or you killed Seryange Ignatius. Mr. Okello, have you heard that charge?
Yes, my lord, I've heard the charge.
Have you understood it?
Yes, my lord, I've understood the charge.
Mr. Okello, how do you plead?
I plead not guilty to this charge, my lord.
Okay, I've also entered a plea of not guilty for this count as well.
Omusango gwokusatu era nagwo gwa butemu nga kigambirwa nti Christopher Okello Onyum ng'ennaku z'omwezi 2 Ogwokuna 2026 Gaba Early Childhood Development Center mu Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division mu Kampala District ng'alina ekigendererwa Yata Seryange Ignatius. Bamubuuziza omusango n'agamba aguwulidde naye mbu teyagukola.
Mr. Okello, the last count or the last charge, Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division in Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Odeke Ryan. Mr. Okello, have you heard the charge?
Yes, my lord, I have heard the charge.
Have you understood it?
Yes, yes, I've understood the charge, my lord.
How do you plead, Mr. Okello?
My lord, I plead not guilty to this charge, my lord.
So, Mr. Okello, I have also entered a plea of not guilty on the last count, count 4.
Omusango ogwokuna era nagwo gwa butemu nga kigambirwa nti Christopher Okello Onyum ng'ennaku z'omwezi 2 ogwokuna 2026 eGaba Early Childhood Development Center mu Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District ng'olina ekigendererwa Wata Odeke Ryan. Era bamubuuziza n'agamba nti omusango aguwulidde naye teyagukola.
Mr. Okello, I am under duty to explain to you what was happening. It is called a preliminary hearing, and it is intended to expedite the trial without having to call the witnesses. So in this case, you, your lawyers, and the prosecution agreed to the evidence of the post-mortem reports. So I am supposed to explain to you as court what those reports reveal, but I also have to tell you that these reports do not implicate you as the one who committed the offense. The reports only reveal the nature of injuries on the deceased persons and also the cause of death. They do not implicate you. So I want you to listen carefully, because after this process, I'm supposed to come up with a memorandum of agreed facts, which all of us are supposed to sign. So I want you to listen carefully. You sign, your lawyers will sign, the prosecutors will sign, and I will also sign. And then they will form part of the record of proceedings. Okay?
Yes.
So we have 4 children who are said to have been killed, and there is a doctor who performed a post-mortem examination on each one of them, or on all of them. And that doctor is called Dr. Katongole Abdul. Okay? So he examined all the 4 children and came up with the reports. So those reports, I have admitted them as prosecution exhibits. Okay? The first report is in respect of a child called Eteku Gideon, and it was done by, the examination was done by Dr. Katongole Abdul on the 2nd of April, 2026. Okay? I want you to listen carefully. And he said when he received this body, it was of a male preschool child of a black race. On evidence of trauma, there was a 14-centimeter long open wound on the right side of the neck, which was located at 66 centimeters from the right heel and the nape of the neck. It was long than it was deep. It was also characterized by smooth edge, regular margins, no bridging fibers, marginal contusion, no contusion of the underlying soft tissues. that the wound was deep. It was transecting through the esophagus, the trachea, the internal jugular vein, the vagus nerve, cut fractures of C6 vertebrae. However, the spinal cord of this body, it was intact. Then he said that the cause of death for this child was hypovolemic shock due to deep cut wounds. And in simple terms, that this child was cut and he was cut deeply, and as a result, he died. So that is the first report. And I have admitted it, and I have marked it Exhibit 1 for the prosecution. Have you understood that?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. So the second one that you have agreed upon, your lawyers and the prosecution, is another postmortem report. It is for a girl child. She's called again Roth Keisha Utim. Her body was also examined by the same doctor. The same doctor is called Dr. Katongole Abdul. And she was found to be a female preschool child, and she was of black race. The evidence of trauma, this child that she had, the body of this child had a 9 centimeter long open wound, and it was on the right side of the neck at 65 centimeters from the right heel and 1 centimeter from the anterior midline. And it was longer than it was deep. The wound was longer, the length was bigger or more than the depth of the wound. That this wound was also characterized by smooth edges, regular margins, and no marginal contusion, no bridging fibers. The cause of death for this child was also the same, hypovolemic shock following deep cut wound to the neck. So the doctor is saying that this child was cut deeply in the neck, and as a result, she died. Have you understood that?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. So I have also admitted this postmortem report, and I have marked it PEX2. That means prosecution exhibit number 2. And the other report is in respect of another child. He's called Seriange Ignatius, and he's also a male child. He's a male preschool child. He is of black race, and it was the same doctor who examined his body as well, and that is Dr. Katongole Abdul. He found that this child had evidence of trauma or injuries, that there was a 14 centimeter long open wound on the right side of the neck, which was longer than it was deep. This wound was also longer. The length was bigger than the depth. And the wound was characterized by smooth edges and regular margins. There were no marginal contusions, bridging fibers, no contusions of the underlying tissues. The wound was also deep, and it was transecting through the skin and the underlying neck muscles. And he said also the cause of death for this child was also hypovolemic shock following deep cut injuries to the neck. So that this child also had been cut on the neck, and the cuts were deep, and that's why he died. That is, I have also admitted this report, and I have marked it prosecution exhibit number 3. Mr. Okello, have you understood this?
Yes, my lord.
You've understood?
I've understood, yes, my lord.
Okay. The last one is also a postmortem report, and this one was, the examination was done on a child called Odeke Ryan. He was found to be a male preschool child. He's of black race. The wounds on him, or the injuries on him, were 9 centimeter deep cut wound located on the right side of the neck in the oblique fashion at 60 centimeter from the right heel, stretching from the anterior midline. It was also longer than it was deep, and the wound was characterized by smooth edges, regular margins, no marginal contusions, no branching or bridging of fibers. It was deep, dissecting through the underlying neck muscles, neck vessels, and the cause of death for this child, Ryan, or Deke, was also found to be hypovolemic shock following deep cut injuries to the right side of the neck. So the long and short of this is that this child was cut in the neck, and the cut was deep, and as a result of that, he died. Mr. Okello, have you understood this?
Yes, yes, my lord, I've understood it.
Okay. And I have also admitted this one as a prosecution exhibit, and I have marked it PEX 4, prosecution exhibit number 4. So Dr. Katongole Abdul is not going to come to court, but his evidence has been admitted, and so we shall call him prosecution witness number 1. And now I'm going to expect all of you to sign on my memorandum of agreed facts, and I will begin with you, Mr. Okello.